Good morning, everyone. Here's your Mormon News Update for August 6th, 2024. First off today, an update on the giant birthday card that was created for President Nelson at last weekend's Young Single Adult Conference in Utah. President Nelson will be turning 100 in September. A listener contacted me with an email they received from their stake in Utah that read the following: Lewiston, Utah stake. Our area presidency has asked that we immediately share this link to all members in the Lewiston stake, along with an invitation to participate in this opportunity to contribute to the record for most signatures on a birthday card. All submissions must be completed by 7 p.m. tonight. Thank you, Jared. So not only were the young single adults filling out this card, but stakes sent out urgent messages to their members to sign the card. And here is the news spot from the church on the outcome of the card. Let's watch a short video.
Today, you ended up with a total of 31,384. It's another new Guinness World Records title.
It is awesome that 31,000 people wished President Nelson happy 100th birthday. What would be even more awesome is if now we would all consider giving him a birthday present. What he wants is for each one of us to reach out to someone in love and compassion and help and support. Reach out to the one.
Feels pretty special. I mean, I've never been a part of breaking any records, so and especially for it to be this one, to be able to celebrate our prophet.
It makes me feel good because I'm serving President Nelson and I'm serving around here. It was broken by a lot of people, not just me. So.
For a man who said on his Facebook page, "At age 99, I have no need of physical gifts," he seems to be quite the focus of attention. Also, from this same Young Single Adult Conference, Dieter Uchtdorf gave some remarks. The church newsroom said the following: When Dieter Uchtdorf of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints was piloting planes for Lufthansa, he would sometimes meet people who feared flying. He said some of the reasons people fear flying, turbulence, lack of control, media reports, and past experiences, are similar to the reasons young people today fear their future. The apostle taught nearly 13,500 young single adults to overcome their fears by making Jesus Christ the center of their lives. Jesus Christ and his teachings are the answer, said Elder Uchtdorf, who was joined in the devotional broadcast by his wife, Sister Harriet Uchtdorf. Jesus Christ is your strength. To guide them in their journey, Elder Uchtdorf suggested these single adults look to the Faith's Guide for Making Choices, the For the Strength of Youth booklet. Though the guide is created for teenagers, Elder Uchtdorf reminded these 18 to 35-year-olds that the pamphlet's principles are timeless and do not expire in adulthood. We could have titled it For the Strength of You. It is for you, it is for me, it is for everyone, he said. Elder Uchtdorf said he carries a pocket-sized copy of For the Strength of Youth with him wherever he goes. He said it helps outsiders understand the church's values. His pamphlet recipients have included ambassadors and senators, civic and religious leaders, and everyday mothers and fathers. This reminded me of a few pages from the book Recovering Agency by Luna Lindsay Corbden, where they say, since children are so susceptible to influence, it is in the organization's best interest to regress adults to a state of innocence. As Margaret Singer explains, through the cult experience and all those influences, an enforced dependency is developed. You may have started out as a completely autonomous, independent individual, but after a certain amount of time, even though you may not want to admit it, you become completely dependent on the group for all your social needs, your family needs, your self-image, and your survival. To varying degrees, you are told every day what to do, and so you regress. You become like a child for whom any thought of independent action is totally confusing and unbearably overwhelming. Steve Hassan reveals some of the methods for invoking regression. During recruitment and indoctrination, cult members sometimes share activities like sitting around the campfire, enacting skits, playing games or sports, and singing songs that bring new recruits back to a childlike state. Leaders encourage members to talk about what they were thinking and feeling when they were little children. Galante describes how the Moonies employ regression. The experience of being a child again during the training weekend serves to intensify the experience by psychologically bringing the person back to the period in his or her life when socialization first occurred. Sincere Mormons are instructed to have childlike faith. Even adults sing the primary song, "I am a child of God." We are taught to think of God as our loving Heavenly Father and therefore submit to His guidance the way we submitted to parents. This places adults in a dependency mindset. And now in the church, we have Dieter F. Uchtdorf standing up in front of a group of adults age 18 to 35, telling them that the pamphlet made for teenagers is now also made for them. They've been instructed to read the pamphlet and then depend on it to make life decisions. And now to Nemo the Mormon for some commentary on temples in his neck of the woods. First, let's read up on the stats for the announced Birmingham, England temple. From churchofjesuschristtemples.org. On April 3, 2022, President Russell M. Nelson announced plans to construct the Birmingham, England temple at the April 2022 General Conference. There are more than 190,000 members of the Church of Jesus Christ in the United Kingdom. A temple in Birmingham will be England's third. The London, England temple was the first, dedicated in 1958, followed by the Preston, England temple, dedicated in 1998. Missionaries arrived in England in 1837, only 7 years after the church was established. England is home to the oldest continuous congregation of the church. Today, the church has 325 congregations in the United Kingdom. And now to what Nemo said on his Facebook page. It'll be worse, not better, when the Birmingham temple is built. He then posted a letter that reads, "Dear brothers and sisters, we are still urgently in need of temple workers through August 2024, and so sending out another request in case anyone else is available, even for one day. I previously sent out an email to all local-ish periodic temple workers, but am now broadening the area just in case. Please see the details below as to how we stand for workers throughout the month so that you can see when in the month needs are more or less. If you have already responded, please do not worry about coming back to me unless you have more dates you can add. If you're unable to commit any dates, please do not worry about letting me know you are unable, but hopefully we will hear from some that can help us out. I hope the above makes sense and hope some of you are able to help. Looking forward to hearing from you." The letter then lists numerous dates in August where the need for temple workers is listed as either high need, critical need, or in all caps, very critical need. The church is continuing to build temples when they seemingly cannot staff the ones that they already have. And now to ABC45.com. Utah's next execution is days away when convicted murderer and death row inmate Tabaron Honey will die by lethal injection at the state prison. Honey was sentenced to die for the murder of Claudia Ben, his ex-girlfriend's mother, in the mid-90s. Leading up to Thursday, when Honey's sentence is scheduled to be carried out at 12:01 a.m., a group opposing capital punishment is holding a series of events that began Friday at the Cathedral of the Madeleine in Salt Lake City. Randy Gardner was among the death penalty action advocates distributing anti-capital punishment signs and shirts in preparation for the August 8th demonstration. Gardner recounted a demonstration he attended leading up to a pivotal event in his life when he was wearing a shirt that stated, "Why do we kill people who kill people to show that killing is wrong?" He said his daughter, who was 6 years old at the time, looked at the shirt and asked him a question. "Why do we, Dad?" Gardner said, recalling his daughter's words, "That don't make sense." And he added, "It's as simple as that for me." Gardner knows all too well how the death penalty process plays out. The event where his daughter asked about the death penalty was the execution of Randy Gardner's little brother, Ronnie. DPA on Sunday, along with anti-capital punishment group Journey of Hope from Violence to Healing, conducted a conversation on the death penalty at Blessed Sacrament Parish Center in Sandy. Gardner was among the featured speakers. He spoke to a small crowd about what it would take to get death eliminated as punishment in Utah. "I think The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints right now is neutral on it, he said about the church's stance on capital punishment. I think what we're waiting for is for them to have a revelation from God to change it. They did it with black people coming into the priesthood years ago. The church's stance on capital punishment is just as Gardner described, according to an official statement from the faith. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints regards the question of whether and in what circumstances the state should impose capital punishment as a matter to be decided solely by the prescribed process of civil law, the statement reads. We neither promote nor oppose capital punishment. Gardner, at the discussion, mused on what would happen if the state's major religion did take a stance. We know if the Mormon Church made a statement to their members, we wouldn't have the death penalty here in Utah, he said. I'm LDS, he added, non-active, but I'm going to use that down the road for something good. And today we will finish off with this wonderful picture with the caption, My new neighbors have a 6-foot-tall bronze Joseph Smith statue in their yard. What was that thing about false idols again? And that's your update for today, folks. I absolutely hope you have the day that you deserve.